K. Understand K or knowledge. Understand the interconnectedness of the RA 10157, which is the, or also known as the Kindergarten Education Act, MTB/MLE, or also known as Mother Tongue Based Multilingual Education, and the Philippine Qualification Framework, which is PQF, in shaping early childhood education in the Philippines. While the skills is develop and implement a kindergarten lesson plan that effectively integrates MTB/MLE, which is Mother Tongue Based Multilingual Education principles, while aligning with the standards of or the set by the Philippine Qualification Framework, demonstrating adaptability and cultural diversity. And the attitude is the value, the importance of continuous professional development to stay abreast of evolving best practices in early childhood education standard as defined by the PQF, or also known as the Philippine Qualification Framework. So let's go to the Republic Act number 10157, also known as the Kindergarten Education Act. So RA number 10107, also known as the Kindergarten Education Act, mandates free compulsory kindergarten as the first stage of the Philippine basic education system. So this law 10157, enacted in 2012, makes kindergarten a formal part of the education system. So kaning law wa pa siya na enacted or wa pa siya na publish in 2012, in mga 2011, 2010, 2009, 2008, 2007 pababa, is dili pa siya like balayran pa siya o mo kindergarten na imong anak. So unlike before, when it was neither free nor compulsory, right? So the act's implementation began partially in 2011 to 2012 and became fully mandatory thereafter for entry into grade 1. So before na wala pa ning law, which is the Republic Act 10157, is dili pa siya free. So the some school might have offered kindergarten only as a paid program. So sa una, na dili pa siya enacted 2011, 2010, 2009, blah blah blah, mo ni siya tuition fee pa. Need ni mong bayaran o mo enroll ang imong anak sa kindergarten. So mo galing limiting access for families who couldn't afford it. Once sa dili afford sa ginikanan na eskwela ang iyahang bata sa kindergarten, so dili maka-eskwela kay need man og anak. So the classroom might have been overcrowded due to lower enrollment since na may balayran, so lower enrollment siya. So the curriculum might have varied significantly between schools. Pero katong na-publish ang Republic Act number 10157, so all public schools are required to offer free kindergarten. So tungod ani ang mga public school, elementary school is mo-offer na sila kada year og kindergarten. So na sila yung mga Prep B, Prep A, Kindergarten 1, Kindergarten 2, or etc. So the class sizes might be smaller due to increased funding, and there's a standardized curriculum across the country. Tungod kay kindergarten, pre or public school kindergarten na siya, so the school may need or may have needed to build a buildings, more classroom, and hire more teachers to accommodate the increased number of the students since nalaming law all public school is offered kindergarten for free. So since nana ni siya, tanang bata nga musulod og kindergarten, which is let's say 4 to 6 years old, is free na siya. Free na kang mo-enroll, obligado ra ang ginikanan, mo-enroll, tapos maka-eskwela na o maabot na ang first day of school mga classes. So since free naman siya, so the school need more buildings, more classroom. Kaya lagi, naka namang pa-enroll na kay free na. And also, mo-hire og more teachers or kindergarten teachers na taas og pasensya. Like, karon college natin mga course na BEd, Bachelor of Elementary Education. Okay? Taas kayo na sila mga pasensya, diba? So, dapat mo-hire sila mga kindergarten teacher para kisa may matundong bata o walay teacher, right? So, need kindergarten teacher. Mo na goal sa manong gi-publish ang Republic Act number 10157 para makatabang sa katawan in the future generation na imusunod sa atua, right? So, there's a clarification, a question, negative comment, blah blah blah, kay ato rin ng sudlaron. Nan? So, thank you. Remember. So, let's go to the mother tongue based multilingual education or MTB/MLE. So, Sector 5 of Republic Act 10157 declares that the state shall adopt the mother tongue based multilingual education method. The mother tongue of the learners shall be the primary medium of instruction for teaching and learning in the kindergarten level. So, mandates the mother tongue multilingual education or MTB/MLE as the primary teaching method in kindergarten. Dapat sa mga 4 to 6 years old is dapat kami ang una nilang makatunan ang MTB/MLE. Because children are taught using their native language. Kay ang bata, if Bisaya ang naandan sa ilang balay, so pag abot sa school, magbinisaya apod ang bata. If ang bata magtinagalog sa ilang balay, so ang bata sa eskwelahan magtinagalog pud siya, right? So the goal of MTB/MLE is to build a strong foundation in their first language before introducing the Filipino language or English language. So we have following cases, the 4 following cases, which is one is when the learners in the kindergarten classroom have different mother tongues, or when some of them speaking another mother tongue. So imagine you're a kindergarten teacher, tapos ang inyong kindergarten classroom is a diverse community. So, na kay ubang estudyante na mo speak o Tagalog sa ilang balay. While ang uban mo speak o Bisaya, and ang uban pa wala mga student is mo speak po siya a few speak English. kung nara sa usa ka classroom nimo, so ikaw teacher dapat tulo ka language imong gamiton, which is you can use Tagalog if Tagalog na kindergarten student ang imong kastorya. You can speak English if your kindergarten student is mo speak of English, tapos if your kindergarten student is mo speak og Bisaya, dapat ikaw nga teacher mo speak ka og Bisaya, dapat ikaw ang mo adjust. Did you get my point, class? So the goal is to find a way to teach mong ikaw usa ka teacher, ikaw ang mo adjust para ang imong mga children is makatudlo ka effectively siya ang imong pagtudlo. Even with the language barriers, bahalag magka-language barriers niya, basta ikaw sa teacher, ikaw ang mo adjust para makasinabtanay mo sa imong kindergarten student. Did you get my point? So let's go to the B. When the teacher does not speak the mother tongue of the learners. So if a kindergarten student can speak, if a kindergarten teacher can speak the children's native language, teaching becomes difficult, right? If ang kindergarten teacher dili siya kabalo sa mga native language ay ang student. So let's say for example, if I am the kindergarten teacher, so ako as a kindergarten teacher, mo speak ako English only, as in wala may laing language. Apan ang akong students, ang akong audience is mo speak siya og Tagalog. So dili mi magka communication. So dili mi dili mi kwansa sa usa. So my teaching becomes difficult. Kaya wa man nila kasi nagtanay. So mag-struggle ang inyong communication sa student and also the teacher. So in that case, the school may need to find a teacher who speak the children's language or use a different teacher approach. Dapat ang teacher mo speak na siya mga native language na masabtan na po sa students para naamoy strong communication. Did you get my point? Any question? Clarification? Sige. Let's proceed to C. When resources in line with the use of the mother tongue is not available. So, if mother tongue learning materials are unavailable, teacher can utilize bilingual resources or code switch between the mother tongue and a second language like English. So, for example, in a math lesson of kindergarten classroom. So, if I am the kindergarten teacher, dili na ako pwedeng itagalog ang math, right? Ang math subject. Kaya if imo na siyang itagalog, dili, murag lisod siya paminawon. So, dapat imo ipasabot sa imong mga kindergarten student na necessary na English dapat ang math. Dapat imong ipahinahimig sabot sa ilahan na kani ang math is English rago siya, dili siya pwedeng magtagalog. That's the in line with the use of mother tongue is not available. So let's proceed to B. When teachers are not yet trained how to use the MTV and LE program. So if the teacher haven't trained, wala siya na-train sa mga MTV or MLE, so the teacher might struggle to use the children's native language effectively. So for example, if a teacher might mix their native language with English or Filipino, ug ako usa ko ka teacher o usa ko ka MTV/MLE kindergarten teacher, tapos og akong isago lang English ug Filipino, so ma-confuse ang bata kay na siya wala masabtan kay ngano na English to gahin tapos pag Filipino na po. So because of that, mag-lead na siya og less engaging lessons and difficulty in helping the children develop their mother tongue skill. Kaya matingala ang bata na English ka, kanya nagtagalog ka. So, ang bata, mahunala, si Sir, o si Ma'am, paano yung English at sa Filipino? Like, for example, sa Pilipino, ang M-A-Y is, pagbasa na is, May. Pero sa English, ang M-A-Y is May. Or May. Right? So, maglibog ang bata, makonfuse ang bata. Manong nagingatong, manong isagol mo siya, dapat isaragod ka language para dili maglisod og sabot ang bata. So, that's all for mother tongue based multilingual education or MTV/MLE. Any clarification, questions, blah blah blah. So, let's proceed to another. So, Executive Order number 83, Section 25, which is the institutionalization of the Philippines Qualification Framework. So, Executive Order number 83, Section 2012, established the Philippine Qualification Framework or PQF. So, to help, to mandate or to help Filipino graduates have skills that are valued worldwide and meet the standard of the Association of Southeast Asian Nation or ASEAN. So the PQF sets national standards for education and skills, ensuring quality in the development, recognition, and awarding of qualifications. A national committee chaired by the Department of Education Secretary and including representative like TESDA, JED, DOLE, and PRC. So the Philippine government create this executive order number 83, which is the Philippine Qualification Framework. Na-enacted din siya in 2012. Ang PQF is to make sure Filipino graduates have skill valued worldwide and meet the standards of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is the ASEAN. So, the PQF set the standards for educational, the job skills, making sure that qualifications are good, quality, and easily understood. So, a group of government agencies like TESDA, JED, DOLE, and PRC oversees the PQF's implementation. So, nahimo ang Philippines Qualification Framework tabang sa TESDA, JED, DOLE, and PRC. So, ang goal sa Philippine Qualification Framework is to make sure Filipino graduates have skills that are valued worldwide and meet the standard of the ASEAN. So, for example, si Maria graduates from vocational schools with a certificate of welding. Katong wala pa ang PQF, maba kayo ang tanaw sa mga welding courses, right? Right? So, maba kayo siya tanaw, like, may sila ng welding naman ka, blah blah blah. Pero, katong na-enacted na siya in 2012, ang Executive Order number 83, Section 2012 is with the help of PQF, Maria, her certificate meets national standard or dali na siyang makabulong og trabaho because Mr. Asa is pwede kang makasulod og welding shop, right? So, dali siyang makakuha trabaho and dali siyang makuha sa internationally. This is because the PQF helps make sure that training is a good quality and comparable to similar qualification in other Asian countries. So, kaning ihang welding course is applicable siya sa mga Asian countries. So, dali siyang makabulong og trabaho national diri sa Pilipinas or hantod sa international. That's why dako ug tabang ang Executive Order number 83 section 2012 or also known as PQF kay gina-ensure niya ang good quality training sa usa ka Pilipino, ang iyang mga skills para madala sa mga madala siya sa Association of Southeast Asian Nation, which is the ASEAN. To get my point, any clarification, blah blah blah. So now, let's proceed to objective and purposes of Philippine Qualification Framework. So defined by Executive Order number 83, Section 2012, or the Philippine Qualification Framework is established with the following objectives. So A, to adopt national standards and levels for outcomes of education. So this objective means setting learning goals for all across the country. For example, if the third graders should be able to read at certain level regardless of their school. So in a classroom, this means that teachers use national guidelines to plan lesson, ensuring students meet those standards. That's the adopt national standards and level for outcomes of education. So let's go to letter B. To support the development maintenance of pathways and equivalents which provide access to qualification and assist people to move easily and readily between the different education and training sector in the labor market. So, ang pasabot ani is gipasayon ang sa mga estudyante to move between the different type of education and training. So, for example, skill learned in a vocational school, right? So, could count towards a college degree. So, in a classroom settings, teacher might help students to explore different career paths and connect their learning to future opportunities. So, this helps students transition smoothly from school to work. For example, sa mga senior high, na sila mga strand na align sa ilahang courses like UMS. Pwede silang mag-teacher, mag-doctor, blah blah blah. Blah blah. So, nasa may mga explore different career paths and connect their courses in the future opportunities. Maunay, B. So, any clarification? Sige, let's go to the letter C. To align the Philippine Qualification Framework with International Qualifications Framework to support the national and international mobility of workers to increase recognition of the value and comparability of Philippine qualifications. So, ang pasabot aning C is di-align sa PQF ang mga International Qualification Framework to aim and to make Philippine education certificate easily understood and accepted worldwide. So, for example, kung ang Philippines nursing degree should be easily recognized in other countries, in other countries, like ingana. So, in a classroom settings this means that the teacher might focus on developing internationally recognized skills. So, sagot is to help the students find job within and outside of the Philippines. So, pwede kang mukuha og nursing degree dito sa Pilipinas, pero pwede po kang magtrabaho sa gawas. So for example, if dili ka kadawat sa DepEd as a teacher, so pwede kang nakay plan B. Kung plan A mo na mo adto sa mo madawat ka sa DepEd pero dili para nimo ang DepEd, so nakay plan B. Pwede kang moatog laing bansa para dito magtrabaho. Munay Philippines munay letter C. Di-align na Japan siya sa the PQF, the International Qualification Framework. Kung dili ka diri para sa Philippines magtrabaho, basin naka sa laing country butang nila nga na. So any clarification about objectives and purposes of PQF. So let's go the benefits of PQF. So Executive Order number 83 section 2012 guarantees that the adoption of a qualification framework with benefits various sector and stakeholders of education, particularly in encouraging lifelong learners of individuals. So ensures that the creating a qualification framework will help everyone involved in education training. So ang pasabot ani is students can learn skills that employers need and making it easier to get jobs. And ang kaduha is the employers. So employers get workers with the right skills, leading to better productivity. Right? So the PQF encourage lifelong learning by providing clear pathways for individuals to continue their education and training throughout their lives. So in a classroom setting, teachers might incorporate modules that allow students to build upon prior learning or explore a related fields. So ang PQF is gi-encourage o Japan that for example in a classroom setting bisag na COVID-19 sa una pero nagpadayon na Japan ang atoang pag-eskwela. Like nangitag pamaagi ang gobyerno na maka-eskwela na Japan talisag na at tas atoang balay like tagaantag modules. So ang PQF is gi-encourage lifelong learnings by providing clear pathways for individuals to continue their education and training throughout their lives. So, monay encouraging lifelong learnings of individuals. Bahalag natin mga problema, pero kadayon ra gyapon. Gets? So, B. Providing employers specific training, standards, and qualifications that are aligned to industry standards. So, the Philippine Qualification Framework ensures that training program teach skill employers actually need. Siyempre, dapat mag-training ka para kung need mo, diba? Na ay patutunguhan. So, in a classroom setting, the might mean a carpentry class focuses on technique uses in modern construction. So, pareha ng mga grade 11 carpentry, grade 12 carpentry na magklase sila, kabahay ng mga modern instruction. Maghimo og lamesa, maghimo og mga may alayuhon, mga ingana. So, this alignment between classroom learning and industry demands to make graduates more employable and improve workforce quality. So, manay providing employers with specific training standard. Dapat naasa yung mga training standard para in the future is suwito na sila ng mga butanga like karang mga carpentry, karang mag-welding para suwito na sila in the future o dali ba sila Pilipinas or expert na sila ba. So dako siya